A very good welcome to all my listeners from any part of the world you might be watching this program from. First of all, I would like to personally apologize for coming late on this program today. It's supposed to start at 4, but due to some few technical issues, we have to go and start late. We are so sorry. We sincerely, from the bottom of our heart, we apologize for the late starting. First of all, I want to say a very good day to you wherever you're listening from. You're listening to us from any part of the planet, any planet of planet Earth. Like I steal the line from my wonderful sister, Princess Moradeo Adedon Julani. That's a line, but I like to copy good people so that I can be good as well. Today, I have somebody very prominent, somebody who I said his lifestyle is everything about him fit perfectly into what is happening today. By chance, by chance, not by might, not by power, but by chance. Maybe because he's a man of God, I don't know. But maybe it's a coincidence, I don't know. Uh, but something strange peculiarly happened to this man, and not this man alone, to the ministry he represents. And we're going to go through it one by one today. And the person I have with me today is no other person other than his eminent Julius Olayinka or Abbe, the primate of the African Church. Daddy, welcome to this program today, sir.
Thank you very much, and I say good day to all the viewers all over the world. God bless you.
Okay. Uh, I know you're a preacher, right? So they said the few people you must be very careful about giving the microphone to are politicians, a preacher, because sometimes they just go on and on and on. They don't stop. Sometimes I might have to stop you, but don't worry. I like the first way you've just done it. Can you tell us who is Julius Olayinka Abbe?
Um, by the grace of God, Julius Olayinka Osaya de Abbe is the son of Samuel Ayekinbaba Abbe and Mrs. Janet Abbe, who hailed from Benin City in Edo State. Um, this man was born a few decades ago, and by the grace of God, is currently the primate of the African Church. Let me just summarize that.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, this is the first time a pastor wants to talk, or and they just give you a brief summary. Normally they just go on and on and on, and they don't like to stop. Great. You were the former provincial Archbishop of Ibadan, and you are the 12th primate of the African Church. Am I right?
Very correct.
And they agreed. The person you take over from is Eminent Bishop Emmanuel Udofia, that finishes 10 years tenure on the 31st of May 2019. So,
Correct.
when were you put on the throne?
We were elected the primate of the church 1st of May, and the confirmation was done on the 2nd of May 2019. And by the grace of God, we were installed and enthroned as a primate on the 22nd day of March 2020 at the Archcathedral Bethel of the African Church in Lagos.
When I was young, I remember one song because of what you said. That song is Ọlọ́run bẹ́tẹ̀lì adúpẹ́ o títí la ó máa yìn ọ́ lógo ọba tó ní wá. I remember that song very well. Máa sìn Ọlọ́run Bẹ́tẹ̀lì àdúpẹ́ o. Wow, thank God for that. There's some training, there's some some exam I'm gonna do with you on some songs today because I want this program to be enjoyed by so many people, no matter where they're watching from on the surface of the planet Earth. I want people to enjoy it. So I'm gonna later on I'm gonna play some pipe organ for you, and you're going to try and match the song. I might.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm
you
at home with you.
you've been in the church for so long. Come on. 1985 is your first ordination. 25th of August,
Yeah.
1985 is your first ordination, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about your Christian life.
Yeah.
How did you start?
I was born into the African church by the grace of God. Both parents are members of the African church. And while we were young, we were introduced into the choir. I was a member of the choir for several years, and I rose to the height of that group, which is the choir master. And I was also playing the organ as well. You know, I love music so much, and by the grace of God, I rose to the highest level in the choir store to becoming the choir master. Uh, from there, God called me into this ministry. I would say it wasn't something I actually loved initially, but uh, it was um, it was just divine
Hmm.
that I was called into the ministry. And in 1985, I was at the College of Theology to have my theological training. And that same year, I was ordained a deacon in 1985, 25th of August 1985 to be precise.
Hmm.
And the year later, we had to sit for the priesthood exam, and I came tops in that examination. And I was priested in 1986, December 21st, 1986, by the grace of God.
Hmm.
I served in the church as a curate, and for some years before I was elevated to the post of an archdeacon in 1993. Not only that, since 1993, I was posted to Ijebu to continue my ministerial there as a provost of our cathedral in Ijebu. Even as a fresh archdeacon, I was so lucky because it's not always like that, you know. But coming out fresh as an archdeacon, I was posted to Ijebu to be the provost of the cathedral there. And as God will have it, I spent just about 3 years in Ijebu before I was recommended to become a bishop. You can see that my journey was so snappy, very, very snappy to get to the tops. And that's why I said my journey in this ministry has been so divinely arranged. I can't even explain it, but that is God for you. When God calls you, He backs you up. So in 1996, I became a bishop September 8th, 1996. And I had my first posting as a bishop to Okakoko diocese in Ondo State. And ever since, I've been traveling from one diocese to another as bishop until I was made an archbishop, the first of its kind in the history of the African Church in 2015. It was in 2015 that I was made the Archbishop of Ibadan province. And as God will have it, I became a primate afterwards, this last March 22nd, 2020 when I was installed the primate of the church. All the while that I was being made a bishop, there was a time I happened to be the most senior bishop, and I had to lead all other bishops. Even though I was very, very young, I have those who are uh, elderly, those who are older than me. But it's not by age; it's by experience. And thank God that God has always been there for us. So even as the Archbishop, I was the most senior Archbishop. And I told you it was the first time in the history of the church that Archbishops were made. And I was the very first person to mount that throne as an Archbishop of the church. And by the grace of God, uh, we were also made a primate afterwards. So that has been the journey so far.
Okay, has there any time before we go to the history? Has there been any time during this all this that you feel like walking away from it?
Well, as human beings, I was faced with so many challenges, uncountable challenges. And looking at the environment that I was coming from, you know, you have elderly people, mm, more experienced people who have different things, far, far better than you can even imagine. And you are made to lead them. Definitely, you are, you are bound to face a lot of challenges. And I can say that there was a time that I I gave it a thought to quit. No, no, because I knew God was solidly behind me. He's been my pillar of support. He's been my guide. Uh, my He's been directing my life. And anything I do, anytime I have problems or challenges, I go to Him in prayers, and He answers. Teaches me how to go about it and what to do. So there's not been any time that I considered calling it quits.
Okay, maybe you didn't want to quit, but has there been any time that you felt like Moses being acted upon by the children of Israel? There was a time Moses get angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get angry with the
Oh,
conduct of the people?
sure, sure, sure. Many a times um, had issues, and once you are convinced of what you are doing or what you intend to do, and you have people standing as obstacles, before you want to feel, you can't do this, or you can't have it that way. I'm not here by chance. God has placed me in this position, and I have to do what God has sent me to do. So we have different in our opinions, we have differences in our approach to issues, and but it has never led me to thinking that I had to quit. I still maintain it. But there are times that as human beings, we get angry and you want to prove that, I'm a young man, yes, but young man filled with the Spirit of God, young man who is moved by the Word of God. So, want to prove that we're not just doing this for fun, it's a serious business, and we have to approach it the way we should. So definitely you meet oppositions, you meet challenges, you meet people who want to say, no, you can't be having it your own way all the time. And as it's often said, Bishop Alashe, sometimes you want to prove that as a bishop, you have the authority, and God has given you the authority to lead His church. So I'm accountable to God anyway, and I cannot say I want to fear the people and then await the judgment of God. No, it's not possible. It's even better for me to let them know the mind of God, even at my own risk. So that's just it.
Okay, thank you very much. That is very comprehensive enough. I really enjoyed that full explanation of everything and everything and everything and everything. So you are elected to take over on the 31st of May 2019. Why did it take them so long? Did they have to rush it through when COVID-19 was coming? Or was that a divine intervention as well, making sure you get there before COVID-19 actually settled in?
Yeah, a lot of issues came up on the succession of the primate, and it has to take its time to look into all the issues altogether and then find a lasting solution to it. The issues are internally generated, and I want to thank God that God intervened in His own divine way by calming all the frayed nerves, all the troubled waters, by letting peace reign in this church. So when the coast became so clear, the church decided to go ahead with the um, installation and enthronement of the primate.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. That was very comprehensive, very, very comprehensive enough. I really love the way you've done the explanation because it makes my life very, very easy. And you just make it easy for me. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the history of African church.
Okay.
Even though you are a bishop, but you still teach history because your job is to teach history
That is true.
and
That is true.
be someone who use past things that have happened to judge today and to take decision of today.
Okay.
Yeah. In 1901, there was a problem in the then African church,
Yeah.
which is part of where your church was part of. And the problem was that the mainly white dominated church then, in 1901, want people to dress their way. They want people to sing their song the way they sing their song. They want people to walk the way they walk. This is why when I was a little boy, I've seen some pastor, some people in the church, they have to use that kind of thing to brace their trouser up. It's not our line of, it's not our ways of thing. But because people were not being treated properly, and this is what I said in my introduction, that it saddened me that this is when we're taking this interview, because what was happening then, 1901, is exactly replica of what is happening today. And you guys were able to, the African church was able to stand up and say, no, 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 we're not going to take that nonsense. We're black, yes, you're white, but we're serving the same God, and in front of God, there's no hierarchy. Everybody is the same. And the first service that happened during that time is very touchy. Very, 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 very touchy. Can you remember the day in which this service took place? That's the difficult one, isn't it? But don't worry, don't worry. I will probably help you, even though I'm not an historian.
Okay.
Okay. The date is not important. What's important is what happened that day. The date is the 28th of October, 1901. And the preacher of the day is lay preacher D.A.J. Oguntolu.
Oguntolu.
and he preached that day.
Yes, he did.
And if anybody take the title of a sermon that day and use it tomorrow in their church, they won't go wrong.
Mm.
Did you remember the title of that message?
Oh, sure, sure, sure. Every member of the church who knows the history of the African church will always have this ringing, in their mind every time. That is the topic and the text for the sermon on that day. And the text was taken from the book of Solomon, Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6, which reads thus. Do not stare at me because I am dark, for the sun has gazed on me. My mother's sons were angry with me. They made me a keeper of the vineyards. I have not kept my own vineyard.
Are you
Uh,
serious?
Lerida, yeah. Lerida
No, no, no,
Oguntoyo,
no, no. I need to look at that thing myself. I want to emphasize. I want to know that that is in the Bible, because nobody has ever told me that. Nobody has ever shown me that. What was the Bible text again, sir?
is Songs of Solomon, Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6.
Okay, I'm just going
Songs
there
of
because
Solomon.
I need to read this. I want to make sure that uh, because that's very touchy. That is
Mm.
very, very touchy. Let's go to Songs of Solomon,
Yeah, Song of Solomon, chapter 1,
chapter
verse
1,
number 6.
verse 6.
Yeah,
Look not upon me because I'm black, but
yeah.
the sun has looked upon me. Oh, wow. And that's a KJV. That's a KJV. I'm going to look at Amplified
Okay.
Version quickly and see what Amplified Version says. Do you not gaze at me because I'm deeply tanned? I've walked in the sun. It has left its mark on me. Wow.
Hmm. Hmm.
Guys, are you listening to this? It's even in the Bible why black people were black.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
sun, the Bible says they are only black because the sun
Black
has
because of the
tanned them.
sun. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
So in a
Yes.
nutshell, we should not be condemned or abused because of our color,
Hmm.
because we are black. It is the design of God, and nobody can condemn the work of God. So,
Hmm.
with what is happening in the world right now, I think it is the height of ungodliness for
Hmm.
anybody to look down on somebody and simply because he's dark in color, is looked at as inferior, as a less human being or undignified human being. I think it is the height of ungodliness, and
Hmm.
it should be condemned outrightly.
Hmm.
And you can see the reaction of the people
Hmm.
all over the world concerning the issue the incident that happened a few days ago,
Hmm.
George Floyd, that was murdered by a white man. And despite of the man crying for help, you know, uh, crying, begging for his life, that he could not breathe. He could not breathe. The white man, still pressed on until he sniffed life out of the young man.
Hmm.
Ah, this is very, very inhuman. Very, very inhuman. So, are we saying that it's a crime to be a black man? Is it a crime to be dark, to be darkened in color? No, no, it's absolutely wrong. And the Bible confirms this in Song of Solomon. I don't look down on me because I'm dark. Don't look down on me because I'm dark. Because the sun has gazed on me.
Hmm.
I am only dark because the sun has taken its toll on my skin.
Hmm.
You see, one thing that is very
Yeah, go on, sir.
image of God and our life is when we all die.
Hmm.
All of us, one that we all start with the present day. And it's not by our color, not by where we come from, but by what we have.
Wow. Wow. Don't look down on me. That's from the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6. Do not gaze at me because I'm deeply tanned and black. I've walked in the sun. The sun have left its mark on me. We're going to go on a commercial break quickly. And when we come back, we're going to continue. We're going to go on a commercial break quickly. And when we come back, we will continue. Thank you.
The conference like no other is here. International Gathering of Eagles Conference 2020, Dallas, Texas. 7 incredible nights of heaven on earth. August 3rd to 9th. 2020. I will fill this house with glory, according to Haggai chapter 2 verse 7. Ministering Apostle Nosa Best Ojo, Benin City, Nigeria. Bishop Thomas Richley, Maryland. Prophetess Beverly Anike, Richardson, Texas. Reverend Cliveth Samias, All Nations Church, New York. Pastor Grace Ashu, All Nations Church, Arizona. And your host and ministering Apostle Courage Igene, Senior Pastor, All Nations Churches.
The conference like no other. You don't want to miss this great outpouring of the Holy Ghost. Don't miss this just conference. See you there.
International Gathering of Eagles Conference 2020. Monday, August 3rd to Friday 7th, 7 p.m. Reviver service. Thursday, 6th to Friday 7th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Church workers, leaders, and ministers empowerment summits with Apostle Sean Anike. Saturday 8th, 7 p.m. Prophetic and deliverance service. Sunday, August 9th, 2 p.m. All Whites Glory service. Venue, All Nations Church, 1323 Columbia Drive, Suite 315, Richardson, Texas, 75081. For more inquiries, please call 214-335-2380 or log on to our website at www.allnationschurches.org. International Gathering of Eagles Conference 2020. Come prepared to see the glory of God. Be there.
Welcome back, guys. It's been very fruitful, very encouraging. I'm very knowledgeable today with what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is completely different from what I know before. Don't look down on me because I'm black. The sun has tanned my skin. That was that Bible passage that we read there. But before we continue, there's so many things I would like to iron out. I would like to say to everybody watching me this afternoon, don't ever accept it from anybody. Let them realize it. There are Oladimeji, Gerard. I've sent the Bible. I've actually pinned the Bible passage there. It's the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6. Don't look down on me because I'm black. The sun has tanned my skin. And there's so many versions of the Bible that we can actually look at that can tell us more about this very, very Bible passage. And I'm gonna try and work some few more version for you. I'm gonna work some few more version for you quickly. Okay, I think where is it again now? I'm just trying to bring it up for you guys. 1 minute, guys. Where did I find it? Okay, there it is. So in the amplified version of the Bible, it says, "Do not gaze at me because I'm deeply tanned." He didn't even call it black. He said, "Because I'm deeply tanned. I walk in the sun. He has left me, he has left his mark on me." That is from amplified version. If you look at the standard English version, standard English version is the one I want to look at quickly. If you look at the standard English version, the New American Standard Version, it says, "Do not start at me because I am swanty, for the sun has born me." Wow, that is another one. Daddy is back on the screen now, so we're gonna continue the interview. Bishop, thank you for telling us that side, because that makes a very big difference to so many people who are watching the program. Thank God, even when what we're saying, even the thunder is making reference to it, that what we're saying is actually true, because we didn't write the Bible, and this might make people think strange. The Jews don't claim, doesn't confirm of these. I don't know what you're saying, Uncle Sam. The book of Solomon, the book of the Songs of Solomon, is where we pick the Bible text from. It says, "Do not look at me because I'm black. Do not look at me because I'm black." I still want to go down on some few things here. I still want to go on the New Living Translation.
Daddy, can you hear him, sir? Yeah, I'm hearing him.
Because of the New English Translation, and it says in that one, it says, "Do not start at me because I'm dark. The sun has darkened my skin." That's even a good one. New Living Translation. That is very, very strange. A lot of us does not even realize that before. I'm going to go back to you, Daddy, again. And Daddy, welcome back to the show, right? When you look at the context of that message that day and what is happening today, how do you feel?
Well, it's like the event of that day is being brought to life once again. Because, apart from the ones you mentioned, the dressing of the people then, the language, their beating of drums, dancing, clapping, and things like that, which were not permitted. These were cultural issues, but because the church was dominated by the white clergymen, the church, all that they were interested in was to enforce the English culture, the English way of life on us. And then our people protested that, look, we are people that have culture, and they have to respect our culture. We sing, we dance, we beat drums, we clap hands, we wear our native dresses and things like that. Then, apart from that, the high handedness of the clergy, mostly white then, was so much that they looked down on the black people. And that's one of the issues that triggered the protests of October 19, which led to the birth of the African Church. About 600 among the congregation on that day at St. Paul's Church, Fruit in Lagos, out to protest the high-handedness of white in that church. And then from there, we founded the African Church. And the first service which was 20th of October 1901. That's where the preacher, the lay reader that preached the sermon on that day picked his son. And like I said, it's like the whole scenario is being brought to our view once again to see how these white people have always been treating the black, which is very unfair. So, like what we just witnessed recently, the killing of George Floyd in America, the white man, the policeman who held onto his neck, who knelt on his neck for so long until the young man died. So it was very, very unfortunate that a black man could be treated in such a way. And you can see how the reaction that followed all over the world took place all over the world against this inhuman treatment against humanity by the whites. So it's a lesson to every one of us to let us know that this thing is not welcome in our society. I believe we should be talking of racism, we should not be talking of discrimination, we should not be talking of superiority of one color to the other. See, we should be talking about love, we should be talking about peace, we should be talking about justice and good relationship, good neighborliness. These are the things that should be on the front corner for every one of us as human beings, because we all of us are creatures of God. Nobody give life to any other person or take his life. You don't have a right over the life of another man. And we should also remember that be you black or white or whatever, at the end of our race here on earth, we all appear before the throne, judgment throne of God, to give account of what we have done. We will not say because you are white, oh, you'll be given special treatment, or because you are black, oh, we will handle you in a very, very, very rough way. No, it doesn't go like that. All of us will stand before the judgment throne of God, and we will receive the reward of what we have done. I think this is a lesson for all of us this time around. So,
You're still on here. You're still live on here.
I haven't been privileged to actually read that myself. So I'm just going to go
It's
ahead
back. It's
and
back.
change the title quickly. I'm going to change the
You're
title
still
quickly so that people know what is there. And I think if Bala can hear me, you're actually interfering. I can hear your voice, which is not very nice. So you need to keep it down a little bit, please. Okay, let's put this one here so that we know that it's there. Okay, it's there now. I don't think this week the first one will take it as well. Well, let's see. Okay, save post. Okay, I've been able to change it. So it should reflect on it shortly. I've been able to change it. So it
Sorry.
will reflect on it shortly.
Audio is gone.
Sorry, you actually lost my voice there. And unfortunately, I mute the microphone from there. So let's look at it this way. The same things that's been meted out by the white people in 1901 is probably meted out by the Fulani of Nigeria today. What do you think is going to happen with the protest that people are saying that they are not being treated fairly, that they want Oduduwa nation? What is your take on this one, sir?
Well, with what we're witnessing in Nigeria at the moment, I think there is nothing wrong for the people asking for Oduduwa nation because of the unfairness that being meted out to the Yoruba people. We all know how it goes. We all know how things are being done. And the Yorubas are a people that, you know, have come a long way and have made their own contributions to this nation, Nigeria. And I believe they deserve a better treatment than what is being given to them right now. And once they're not getting it, well, it's also in the Bible that when the people, the Israelites, felt, oh, enough of these rulership, it was theocracy. Then it was God that was administering the people through the priests. And at a point in time, he said they wanted a king of their own. God had no choice than to grant their request. And I think we have come to that level now. That if the Yorubas generally are feeling that they're not getting a fair treatment in this relationship, in this togetherness we have, so be it. So the wish of the people should be granted, I believe. And we have had experience in the past that the country was divided into regions, and each region was developing at its own pace. And people were using their resources to develop themselves. And I think we had a better deal there, a better outing. And if need be, we have to go back to that right now. So, if that is the wish of the people, anyway, I think what is most important here is the wish of the people. When we talk of democracy, it is government for the people, by the people, and for the people. So, it is the people that really matter in this issue. If the people say this is how they want to be governed, this is how they want ministered, then we have no choice than to allow it to be. So that's my take on it.
Okay, thank you very much, Daddy. I really appreciate your very comprehensive thing. Some bishop might probably go on the pulpit and say something like this on the pulpit. Will you be brave enough to one day, when the church come back and said, the government of the people, by the people, is what should happen, and say it without causing problem? Because what you say has a lot of weight. right? So you have to be careful how you put it. Yeah, a lot of people have been very brave. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I, I hardly hear you. I
What
hardly
about
hear
now?
you.
Can you
Can
hear
you
me
come
now?
again with that question?
What
Yes,
about
I,
now?
I
Can you hear me
do.
now?
I do. I can hear you. I can
Okay,
hear you.
fantastic. I was saying
I can hear
that
you now.
some people, some bishops, some imam, some native people have come up and said, like you've come up now, that the people's wish is the best. If people want to govern themselves, if they want to leave, there's nothing bad in them saying they want to leave. And the government is the government by the people for the people. So people's wish has to materialize. I thank you for your take on that one. Now let's go back to African church. What is African church generally doing to go in the evangelical way that a lot of people are going through these days? What is your take in that? Because the African way of those days is different categorically to what the church is doing these days. Is there any progression in which they want to take people along so that the church can be bubbling, like clapping, dancing? Yes, I haven't been to African church for a long time. What are you going to do during your own period to make sure you carry more people along and give more people respect? I know African church doesn't ask for different kind of money because I grew up there. Unless they change it, they don't ask for that money, that money, that money, that money, that money. They don't. And when we were young, it's only one contribution and that's it. Is it still like that in African church?
Well, let me start by saying that the motto of the church is shine the light, the gospel light. Shine the gospel light. And what does that connote? It connotes evangelism. The gospel light is expected to be shown all over the world. Let the people come to the knowledge of Christ and let them be taught the way of the Lord. Let them be taught know the plan of salvation and always be reminded of the imminent return of our Lord Jesus Christ. So, in all that we do in the church, that is the core of our service or our activities in the church, in the African church. We evangelize, we clap hands, just reading and exposing the word, we teach ourselves how to obey the commands of the Lord and do His will. It is only in doing His will that we can be assured of our salvation. So, like you rightly said, in those days, people hardly do all these things. They felt it's fetish or it's too cultural, it's too traditional. You can see that these modern churches that we have also introduce the beating of drums
Yeah,
called gong
yeah,
gong drums, the bata. These are traditional instruments used in traditional worship, but all these things have been modernized and brought into Christianity. So when you see somebody beating the bata drum or the gong, don't take him to be a fetish person or somebody who worships Ogun, Shango or whatever. No, no. See, it's a way of naturalization of our religion, bringing in the local culture of the people into our worship. And you know what? People worship their God best in their own traditional setting, be it language or worship or a mode of worship. See, you express yourself best in your own local traditional language. All these languages you are speaking now are borrowed languages. Speak Spanish, speak English, or speak French or what have you. They are borrowed languages. If you want to find a real expression of a man, then you will go out to express himself. He will tell you, he will express it in parables, he will express himself in proverbs, he will express himself in deep thoughts. The way he will do it, he will flow. He will be so fluent in English, you manage to want to don't make mistakes. No, no, it's not so. It's not so. So the same thing applies to worship. When you worship God in your local setting, in your language, oh, it's better. Nothing could be better.
Okay,
So
thank
that's
you.
what we do in the African.
Thank you very much. I've seen some people, or some people said, if you want to get something from God and you want to pray properly, you should pray in your language, because that way you can express
Sure.
yourself more
Exactly.
than when you pray in English or you pray in any other language. We want to seriously thank you for coming on this program today, because if it's only one thing you said today that I can take away, like so many people of us can take away, I'm sure it's that one that says, Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6, do not look down on me because I'm black. The sun
Because
has
I'm black.
tanned my skin. That is the most powerful thing I've ever had in my life. And I'm going to take it and actually blow that on top of the roof for everybody to hear that, because it has to be heard. If you want to be funny to me, go in the Bible and see it. If you want to do something wrong to me, go in the Bible and see what God said. And why I'm black? It's even said, because the sun has taken the toll on my skin. Daddy, now going to the exam that we have to do.
I'm ready for you.
So I'm gonna play this. It's gonna be 3 questions, sir, and it's all done. But unfortunately, I shouldn't have actually given you this exam, because you play organ yourself, which means it's gonna be very easy for you than for people who doesn't play organ.
Well, take it that exam is exam.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay, let's go for the first one.
Okay.
I will give you like about 20 seconds to listen to it, and then I will stop it, or maybe 30 seconds to listen to it, and I'll stop it, and then I will ask for the answer. Okay, now we're waiting for the answer, sir.
Yeah, the song is Abide With Me.
Wow, that is very, very good, sir. That is very good. That's 1 on 1, yeah. So let's go for the next one. I'm gonna make sure this one is very, very hard. That's what I'm gonna do, because You play keyboard, so I need to make sure this one is very hard. Now to the next one, sir. Were you actually playing that one in your brain? Because I can see the way you're rocking. I see you're playing the organ itself. So now we're waiting for the answer, sir. Have I lost Daddy by any chance? Okay, it's back. Yeah. Did you hear the song?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay.
I said I would have asked you to stop at the first line of the introduction of the song because it's very, very familiar.
Okay, so tell us the answer.
What friend we have in Jesus.
Fantastic. Yeah, that is very, very good again. Yeah. Thank you. And people are actually appreciating you online as well. I think I should next time what I need to do is actually ask for what you do best. Who are you first before actually setting the question? Because you're a keyboardist and I set you keyboard questions. It's not very nice. So that is 2 out of 2, sir. So the last one is a very one I love so much because my mother, when she was alive, she loved this song. And the 8th song, the third and the final one. Okay, Daddy's camera is frozen at the moment, so we're waiting for him to come back. As soon as he come back, then he can give us the answer. If you can hear me, you can go ahead and give us the answer, sir. Your camera is still frozen. We want to make sure it's the right answer we're getting from you, sir. Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay. That song you just rendered now happens to be the national anthem of the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it is the.
I think I'm not happy with that connection. So, guys, could you disconnect, please? And before we come back, we're gonna go on another commercial break, so that by the time we come back, then we'll continue. We're gonna go on a commercial break quickly. Thank you.
Breakthrough will come to the obedient. When God says yes, no man can say no.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. I have some few questions why we're gonna try and find answer to in the minute. Daddy, let's go back to that song of ours. So what was the song? The last one.
The last one rendered happens to be the national anthem of the African Church. O God of Bethel, by whose hand thy people still are fed.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Somebody is asking me a question, so I might probably be tempted to open the line now for about 5 minutes. So the usual number is plus 3 4. No, sorry. I'll type the the line quickly. We're just gonna take about 3 calls because of time. WhatsApp only, please. That is the number to call for your question. 3 questions only we will be taking today because of time. So we're expecting, while we're waiting for callers, someone is actually asking a question there, but maybe I should let them ask the question themselves when they call. So while we're waiting for the question, there was something I've just picked up online. It said your tenure is going to be 10 years. Was it from the time you are appointed or the time you are enthroned?
The enthronement.
Okay,
That's
so
the beginning.
okay, thank you very much. And Salem Baptist, Bethel Baptist Church, Bethel African Church, and Salem African Church. Did they get merged together?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In 1907, there was a rift in the church which divided the church into two.
Yeah.
We had the Bethel and we had the Salem. But by the grace of God, in 1922, the two came together and they became one church again. And ever since, we've had it as one united church.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That problem has been resolved, which I'm very happy with. That is a big bonus. That is a very very big bonus for us there. Thank you everybody who has been trying to call. Sorry, my phone was offline before. I've just put it back online now. I will ask this. I will help this lady to answer this question. He said, "Daddy, what does Jesus look like?"
What does Jesus look like? What a question. Jesus is the Son of God. Not that he looks like the Son of God. He is the Son of God. He only came in the form of man in order to save us so that he will be able to pass through all that happened to him. If he were to come in the form of God, then it would be practically impossible for him to have that done. But he came in the form of a man. Maybe that's what the question is talking about. Jesus came in the form of a man to this earth for our salvation. But indeed, he was the Son of God. He is the Son.
Okay, thank you. I hope that satisfies. Okay, someone said, "Is Jesus Christ white or black?"
If you ask me, I would say Jesus is neither white nor black. Jesus remains.
We lost that in there. Ade Dr. Owolabi, how challenging working in African church as a priest or bishop? That's another question that Daddy is going to try and answer when it come back. How challenging is working as a priest in the African church or as a bishop in the African church? As soon as that come back, we're gonna ask that question. Okay. While we're waiting for Daddy to connect, I want to appreciate everybody who has been watching the program today. It is a very intriguing experience to have you guys online with us today. And like I said, I pick up something very, 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 very good today, and I hope I can go on top of mountain and shout what I've actually preached, what I've actually picked up today. Because what I pick up today is very, very nice. Very, very, when I mean nice, it's very and super nice. And how super nice it is, and I will just go back there and tell you now. Let me try and refresh my screen. I've been looking for this for long. Now it works. Okay. Um, okay, we're still waiting for Daddy to come back, but there's something I want to point out to you guys today, which is one of the things that make me very happy today, and that thing is called. One second, please, guys. Let's take this one out. And I've actually managed to change the title of the program going on, like I said earlier on. And the title now is Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 6. And said, don't look down on me because I'm black. The sun has tanned my skin. Primate of African Church on About My Calling. So that is that one. Don't look down on me because I'm black. Oh, have I lost it? No, I don't think so. Okay, I haven't. I saw Jesus in the dream with a short hair. This made me puzzle. That was from Nola or last Sokomi. Thank you for that as well. But the most important thing is that maybe we can actually judge ourselves whether Jesus is black or white. So if we go to the equator, if you go to where if you go to where the world map is, where Jesus was born, if you go there and look at him there and look at that area and find out whether it's actually close to the equator, I think you might probably be able to find your answer. I think I might be forced to end the program because I have another program starting in about 12 minutes and Daddy has not come back. That is the problem with the internet in Nigeria. So guys, I really appreciate you sticking by us today and bear with us that we started very, very late. I want to say a very big thank you to you all. And I hope next time, which is next week Saturday at 4 o'clock, we can all meet again here and have another exciting edition of About My Calling with somebody else from another part of the world. It might be from England, it might be from America. Last week we have Pastor Courage from Apostle Courage from Texas. That is where we went to last week. So this week we are in Nigeria. So next week, you never can tell where we're going to be. Until next time that I come your way again, I remain loyal to you, Ade Thomas. God bless you all.